study shows that there are actually a lot more people in the country, in the world, who wake up early. These natural risers, people who don't set an alarm and typically wake up naturally before 5:30 in the morning. These people exist. Okay, I'm not the only one.
Oh, I knew it. Confession right there on air. Okay, so how often do you wake up before 5:30?
I don't set an alarm. And I wake up before 5:30, I would say 95% of the time.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I don't like it. In fact, I never get to sleep in during the weekends, which I really want to be able to do.
So you wake up at 5:30 on the weekends?
Always. I'm always awake. Not always, because there's 5% of the time, maybe like I got lucky and I was able to sleep a little bit longer, right? But I wake up naturally, and in fact, I usually wake up once in the middle of the night. And when I do that, I usually have my fingers crossed that it's time to get up. Because if it's like 1:30 in the morning, it means I have to try to go back to sleep. And I don't want to go back to sleep. I want to get up and start the day. Like
at 1:30, wow.
Yeah, but luckily, more often than not, I'm able to go back to sleep, and then I'll wake up
God.
before 5:30. Yeah, but I like reading the science into this and the studies into this, so I want to share the. I thought you were an early riser.
No, I'm forced into being an early riser, and I hate it. Normally, when I was a kid, I used to in the summers, I sleep 12 hours on the regular. And I'd go sleep in the basement where there's no sunlight, and I just comatose. It's some of my favorite moments of my life was when I was not conscious. So I love sleeping, but because I have to work so much, like when I used to do the MSNBC show or the Current show at the same time, I had to get up at 5 in the morning to have a prayer of getting both shows ready by showtime, right? And so now I got kids and I'm waking up early to spend time with them in the mornings, but never have I enjoyed it. I have always woken up with like, so, and now because I've done it so much, I'm beginning to wake up naturally at a much earlier time, which I generally despise, and I hope I can beat out of my body as soon as I'm able to.
The worst part about being a morning person, which I am, is that most people are not morning people, right? So even though there are more morning people out there than I even expected, obviously the vast majority of people want to sleep in and they're not morning people. So I remember when I used to go traveling with Christian in the beginning of our relationship. Now we're married and I don't care what he thinks. But in the beginning of our relationship,
of course, by the way, that's the most true thing that you'll hear in the whole video.
Totally.
Okay, and it has nothing to do with Christian or Anna. It's just blanket, you know it.
It used to stress me out when we would travel together because obviously we're in a hotel room and it's like 5:25 and I'm up, I'm ready to go. And he's asleep. And so I don't wanna wake him up, but I also don't know what to do. Do I just like lay there in the dark, right? It's awkward and I'm bored and I want him to wake up already. And I can't turn on the TV. It was the worst. And so when we finally got married, I'm like, oh, thank God. Now I'm gonna turn the TV on. I already got the ring, I'm good.
Oh my God. Look, on the one hand, shame, okay.
I'm actually kidding, I don't do that.
On the other hand, on the other hand, hashtag truth, okay.
No, now I'm actually a lot better about like, okay, I'm just gonna put my clothes on and go for a walk. So I'll go out for a walk by myself.
It's called leaving.
Totally.
Yeah, because I get up now, when on vacation, sometimes I get up before the kids and certainly before Wendy, who is a very late sleeper. And so yeah, I love it. I go outside and I go chill and stuff. I don't just turn on the TV in full blast like I already got the ring. What are they doing about it? Oh, we got 2 kids. Oh, got it. Okay. I used to date a face stroker. So she didn't want to wake me up, right? Because that seemed rude. So she just started stroking my face in the morning. Like theoretically affectionately, and I thought, like what is on my face? Oh, come on, okay, just wait. Like it's better to just wake me up. It's okay, right?
That is the funniest and also like the creepiest thing I've ever heard. Like,
She's a good person. She didn't mean harm by it. We don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, she's just stroking your face while you're sleeping.
I know. Don't face stroke people awake. Just don't. That's okay. It's just a public service announcement.
Okay, so let's finally get to what the research shows.
Is that? Oh, we're doing a news story.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, yeah. Research.
All right, so professor of neurology at the University of California at San Francisco teamed up with this guy named Christopher Jones. He's a neurologist at the University of Utah. And what they did is they ran this sleep clinic for 10 years. So there's like some interesting information here, right? Mm-hmm. So here's what we know. Over the course of 10 years, Jones asked 2,422 patients questions such as, if you had to take a test tomorrow, what would the best time to take the test be? And when would you be the best, or when would be the best time to exercise? Those who had answered with some of the earliest times were then asked whether they typically woke up by 5:30 a.m. It turned out that the 8 patients, or 1 out of every 300, did so. For 5 of those patients, this so-called advanced sleep phase was genetic. Thanks, mom and dad, meaning that they had multiple relatives who woke up extremely early too. Mm-hmm. Actually, neither one of my parents wake up extremely early. I don't know where I got it from. Now let's get to the actual interesting part. I wanted to give you the context of the study that they did. So, are there advantages to being an early riser?
Now, finally, let's get to it.
Okay.
So can I just say, I know because obviously I read the story, but before I read the story, my guess was, no, they always lord that over us, the early risers. Oh, I'm getting a lot done, the early bird gets the worm. I'm like, yeah, unless you're the early worm, in which case you got eaten by the bird. And so it depends, doesn't it? And Bill Clinton, for example, used to stay up till 2, 3. I used to stay up till 2, 3 back in the day. So then they're like, no, it's better by definition to get up in the morning. Why? Maybe I'm putting in more time working than you are. I'm just doing it at a different time. No, being early is always good. So let's find out. Is it or not?
All right, well, it turns out that there are some advantages to being a natural early riser. Extreme larks, The Atlantic writes, wake up more easily than others, and they don't tend to sleep in on weekends, which is true, as many others do. Early hours are cherished, filled with self-improving activities such as exercise, true, and meditation, true. True, I can totally relate to that. They might even be healthier than people who are night owls. Late bedtimes are associated with some negative health consequences such as type 2 diabetes and heart disease.
That last part's nonsense. It's true, but it isn't whether you are, it doesn't have anything to do with your sleep pattern. It has to do with if you go to bed late, it's because a lot of times you're going to get a late night snack, you're having late dinner, you're going to the clubs, you're drinking. That's what's leading to the bad health.
Yeah.
Not the amount of sleep you got or when you got to sleep, right? A lot of the larks, which
he's getting real defensive.
Okay,
all right,
I'm just saying.
Everything's gonna be okay.
All right. I mean, so these extreme larks is a new word I did not know, which is hilarious already. They go to bed around 8:30 a.m. Yeah, of course you're not gonna have any health problems. You didn't live life.
We don't go to bed
you didn't
at
have a
8:30
single beer.
Yeah, look, some of that is true, but yeah, I don't have a counterpoint to that.
Okay.
You're right. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. But look, there is some good news for people who don't like to wake up early. So a neurologist at Northwestern University who wasn't involved with this particular study explained that some patients might find that their natural sleep window happens from 7 p.m. to 3 a.m., but they are rarely able to go to bed before 10 p.m. because of work and family obligations. I totally agree with this. They will still not be able to sleep past 3 a.m., but will then be sleep deprived the following day, she said. That's totally true.
Yeah.
That's 100% true because it doesn't even matter what time I go to sleep. If I go to sleep at 3 in the morning, I'm waking up before 5:30.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
No, that's super tough. In all seriousness, guys, I have tremendous sympathy for the larks among us. And so, because they're gonna get up at 5:30, there's nothing they can do about it. I eventually can train my body to get, up at a later time again once I get past the kids and the extreme work and all that stuff. And if you go to, some days you're gonna go to bed late. So for me, I gotta have 6 hours of sleep. And so that's Ariana Huffington, who's
darling, you need a nap, darling.
8 is not nearly enough.
Not enough.
I asked her once, so how many hours are we supposed to get? 10.
Oh, come on.
It's like, when do we work? When do we live?
No, I find that offensive.
Okay, I know. Well, I mean, bless your heart, if you can get 10 hours every day, go for it, right? It sounds amazing. But anyways, I gotta get 6, because if I don't get 6, today I didn't get 6, I got like 5 hours. I woke up early for no reason, around 5:40. Oh no, what if I'm a lark? Okay, I found out what a lark is, and I'll tell you in a second. Okay, but I've been tired the whole day, except you can't notice because too much, too strong. Okay, toostrongcoffee.com/DYT. No, but seriously, I have 3 cups. For me, 3 cups is a lot. And on 3 cups, I'm like, let's do this. But what winds up happening on a day where I didn't get 6 hours is at around 8, 9, definitely 10 o'clock. Oh man, I'm Rocky in like Rocky 3. I've been pummeled for 3 movies in a row.
Yeah.
And I'm like, boom, boom, boom. I gotta get sleep. And I am literally happier when I get more sleep. I feel much more refreshed, energetic, and ready to tackle the world. When I don't have enough sleep, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. You know, I do find it interesting that you need stimulants to get through your day at work, but I guess it is what it is.
Interesting, okay. By the way, I just found out through Brett that larks are birds that sing in the morning. Now, I'm not buying it, but I'm kidding. Thank you for reminding me, Brett. Reminding me. Anyways, so bottom line, guys, is that my analysis of that science is that it doesn't really matter what your sleep pattern is. So you can be just as effective as an early riser. Of course, when I do rise early and no one else is up and the kids aren't up, walking outside, exercise, bit too much that early in the morning, but taking a walk.
I love it that early.
Having coffee in an empty, quiet house by yourself. Those are wonderful moments.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So you could enjoy your life so much if you're an early riser, but of course you can enjoy your life just as much, if not more, if you're a late riser. So don't believe the hype about the old wives' tales of, oh no, the guy who wakes up early is definitely gonna be more successful and happier and all that stuff. No, that's garbage. It's not true at all. Just wake up whenever you wake up and you'll be 10 times better off not stressing about it. There, I solved it. You're welcome. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.